Good morning. This is not Kayla's Memorial Channel, and I'm back with another video. And it's early because I gotta do this. I have to do this for my sanity, okay? I have to go back for a second, alright? Um, Before my daughter died, right? Everything was together. Everything made sense, okay? When things make sense, it's better to process, alright? Everything was okay before my daughter passed, before even when I was sick. Um, I really think where I messed up at is when I came back home. Um, that was my most vulnerable time because at that time I wasn't in my right state of mind. I was having seizures. I was going through so much I couldn't even clock whatever anybody could have been trying to take me and do it. I couldn't clock it. I could feel the energy, but I couldn't. I was too in the spiritual realm to even think that anything like that would happen. But at the same time, once I moved at the house up the street, it was all in my face. It was like the devil was attacking me, and the bitch thought she was winning. Excuse my French, and I was not. It was not where I was supposed to be. And we get so caught up and trying to make everybody happy instead of making ourselves happy. And my daughter always told me that, Mommy, you gotta think about yourself first. You gotta think about your mental. And that's one thing that she always talked about before she died was my mental. Was what I can handle and what I can't. And for a 15-year-old to realize that my mother can't handle the things that she used to. She just had the biggest heartbreak of her life. She really just had to break things off with somebody that she really, really liked. Because at that point, I didn't even like that person no more. I didn't even see nothing in that person because I was had to focus on God. Allowed me to focus on me. And in the process of that, I was hurting somebody else. Okay, y'all getting it? Now, I was with somebody else and I lived prosperly, right? Even in my mother's house, I was living prosperly. Nothing wicked started happening until I got to the house on Leonard. We felt it. My daughter felt it. My son felt it. My other daughter felt it that she didn't even come back. My 10-year-old. Let's sit down. I feel like any mother, like any parent, my grandma, the feeling of not having your first child around you is like it hurts so bad because to me I was raised with this little girl. Okay, I carried this little girl for 10 months to my womb. I couldn't handle it. I carried this baby, and I was in so much pain. I wanted to labor for a whole week. And being 15, my mother wanted me to feel it. And I'll never forget my doctor said, she has a 9-pound baby in her. Don't ever do that again. Anything could have happened to her. She said she's in pain. Don't deny her from going to the hospital. But I tell you one thing, I never forget that pain. I never forget that baby moving around in my womb. I never forget sitting on the porch 15 and a half, going on 16 years old. And not knowing if that child was going to come home with you. I had to fight for Kayla. I changed my life for Kayla. I never had a chance to really talk the way that I want to talk in the right spirit that I need to talk in. But I changed my life. She changed me. God put her in my life, and she changed me for the better. I promise. It was days I would go to my appointments as a 15-year-old, and I would be so happy. I was so happy because I had a chance to love with somebody. And I knew once that blessing came into my life, that God was going to make sure it was fruitful. And then it multiplied. Because by the time I was 18, I had 2 kids, 2 little girls. And I always felt so blessed. And it's like, every time I make the wrong moves, like, I start to feel it, right? So here I am. I'm having a 9-pound baby. I gotta get a C-section. And when this baby came out, she was wicked. It was violent. Again, it was so, she was the biggest blessing in my life, you know, like for real, like, I wouldn't lie to nobody. Like, this little girl is the reason why I had children. This was me. This is me in this game. I was a little girl. I was little. I helped my mama. I thank God for my mama. I thank God for my stepdad, my family, because I didn't have to do it alone. And she grew up so beautiful. And I don't care what I went through, she was there with me, bro. She was there for me. You're talking about a 15-year-old that got more sense than grown people. You talking about my kids so smart, bro. Like, my kids ahead of their time. All of them, all 4 of them is ahead of their time, bro. Like, I can have a conversation with my 13-year-old son, okay? And he can understand it. He can understand and give back feedback now off of certain things, right? And it's kind of scary because I'm watching my kids grow from different ways. I feel bad at times because they always there for me. You know, when I was sick, they always there. DG, Kayla, man, they was there. Hey, baby, my healing process so much easier because I knew that no matter what happened, they was there. And one night, I did not know what happened to me. I just ended up in the hospital. And they came to me and they said, you had a seizure in the bed while all your kids was in there. And at that time, I'm like, okay, what happened? So my oldest daughter told me, okay, she said, Mommy, he was fussing us out. He wasn't yourself. And me, I broke down because I could not remember nothing, none of it. I didn't remember my kids talking to me. I didn't remember me fussing about me not knowing what year it was. And then I apologized to them. And I remember Kayla was like, it's okay, Mommy. It's not your fault. It's like she understood what I was going through more than I understood it. And when I died in Illinois life support, Kayla was there to understand. And it was like Elmore got closer, closer, closer than anything in this world, y'all understand. Okay? We was locked in. This was my sister, my daughter, my everything. Okay? I was raised from the bottom with her. It was no breaks. I did what I had to do. Down to the wick. Down to go to fucking Penguin, trying to go to school and raise the baby. I tried, y'all. But I did my best for my children. And when times got hard, and when things ain't make sense, God stepped in, because children should not have to go through things that adults have to go through. In every fight that my child fought, I was there. I whipped ass for my daughter. You're right, I sure did. Because when she got touched, when my children, my two daughters got touched by their father's so-called friend at the time, I had to leave court, had no Bible, and I can stamp this. I called their father. I said, look, man, in court, I don't know where you at, but I'm going to tell you like this. Where's so-and-so, so-and-so? He right here. Hold up. I'm on my way. Hung the phone up. Got in the heck, me and my sister told the judge just to go do what you got to do. Because at that point, I ain't playing. It's not a game. And I went down there and I whipped that man ass from the bar on goddamn Washington Boulevard to cross the street to the store. I sure did. With Timberland heels on. It was not a game. I don't play about my kids. And the devil knew he could not beat me. He knew it. He knew he had to throw something more at me. Because, Lord, I was losing everything at that point in time. Everything. I'm like, what the fuck? Like make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. You can make everything else make sense. Make that make sense, bro. I'm telling you. And this was in 2017, 2018, probably 2015. I'm going to tell y'all this. Saying what I said, I would never want nobody to walk up on my porch or anybody else's porch and blow anybody's head off, especially a child. No child should have access to a gun. Nobody's child. I really believe we shouldn't even have them in the house. Look, put that bitch out back or something. Nobody should have to live like that, bro. I can't even understand it because I was going through epileptic mode at that time, y'all. Y'all got to come with me. Y'all got to understand. Now, Kira wasn't not Kira when not Kayla got killed. But once she got killed, once I seen that shit, my brain shut down, bro. My brain shut down, bro. What you talking about? I just told my daughter they not walking by themselves to no store. I didn't want her to walk by herself. I didn't give a fuck who was walking with her, bro. But at that point, I kept stressing, walk with these kids. God kept telling me, walk with your girls to the store. I was walking with them to the store that week. I felt something was going to happen. But this particular day, I was so weak, y'all. I never in my life in this week, It was like the devil had me just stuck, bro. Like, I couldn't move. I was in so much pain, bro. I sat in front of that same fucking window where I heard them shots at. Sitting there with like, I couldn't move, bro. I couldn't move. I was there trying to ask myself, what the fuck, why I couldn't move? Why couldn't I get up to walk with my own daughter to the store? I was so sick. I was trying to do too many things at one time, bro. And she walked, bro. She walked. She had that one night, she didn't even have a chance to sleep in her room that she had just moved into. Because she switched rooms with her sister. And she straightened her room up and did her hair. And she walked in the room. And she said, Mommy, how my hair look? I said, it looks pretty good. And she said, Mommy, I'll be back. I said, I made you something to eat. And she said, I'm not hungry. And I was Mama walking in the bathroom. She was in the bathroom. I was like, can you poop it? She was like, yeah, Mommy, shut the door. That's like this. It's just like it go over. It is over and over and over, and it keep going until you can process it. And I'm really starting to process it now because it's going into 2025, and my daughter's about to be 18. Going to 18, yeah. I can't go no movie. My daughter about to be an age older than her sister was. It's scary. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to process this shit, bro. You gotta think. I'm processing over 5-6 things, 5-6 steps. I'm processing so much in my head that I can't even get over my daughter. I ain't even get to my best friend 5 months later. It's trauma after trauma for me. It's making me want to just do something different. Because I'm facing more trauma. I'm going through cancer. I got lumps. I can't breathe. I can't move my arms. I can't do the things I used to do. Everything that I did, including down to my sexuality, is shut down. It's a takeover, and I always have said that it's a takeover. Since Kayla died, I said, Lord, you making sure I stay still. You making sure that ain't nothing coming through here but you. Because at the end of the day, I was chosen to come back here. It was not my time. It wasn't my time, y'all. In 2021, it wasn't my time. And I pray. I pray with everything in me that I don't die, y'all. I pray whatever's going on and get it out of me. And get it out of me successfully. And get it out me successfully, you know. I want everybody to know what I saw. So people can understand why I'm like this also. I had to sleep my 15-year-old daughter out there on that porch after all her friends just scared on her by her best friend at that time. I had to watch my child laying there. And I had to go over to and went over. I said, Kayla, get up. Get up, baby, come on. You know the feeling, bro? That feeling. That feeling, bro, of, oh, shit. My baby girl. Like, bro. Like, no, get her. And when I lift her, her brains pulled from my head. I lost. And so God created my womb. And it's not like that. That can happen so far. The world's so fucked up. And my kids have to see this shit, bro. You can't stop her for it. You can't stop a 13-year-old, 12 and a half, 13-year-old, and 10 and a half, 10-year-old little boy, 11-year-old little boy. You can't stop them to stop. You can't stop them from coming out the door that they are right there at the bottom of. So imagine that. Imagine the image that's in a little head. Thank God my little baby wasn't there.